mañana contra o outro.
So let me be the first to say that Iran is weak sauce. The Iranians are paper tigers. They have proven time and time again the only thing they are masters of are masters of illusion and masters of propaganda and bluffing. The Iranians have shown really, I mean, no ability to defend themselves. I mean, they need to take the strategy of the Negro in America, which is basically to just capitulate and shuffle along, shuck and jive, capitulate until you're eventually wiped out and destroyed, right, down the road. And, just treat life like a big sale, where everything's on sale at a mall until it's over with, right? Until your time is over, right? Or something, right? Like, it's just playtime until it's just over with for you, right? You and yours. Um, they are not they're not a serious threat on any level, basically, right? I mean, let's look at this. Israel sent 200 bombers into Iran. No, so these people. Wait a minute. You telling me you're a country, you don't have any radar? They didn't know that 200 planes were coming into their airspace. What kind of country is that? And then they're able to run sustained bombing operations over your country, and you can't defend your country. Then they wipe out your entire leadership, military leadership, like the top of the leadership. They knew where they were and pretty much just smoked them. And then they smoked all your technicians, all the top level heads of the nuclear programs. They smoked them, and they smoked all your military leaders. Only person they didn't get was the Ayatollah Khomeini or whatever his name is, Grand Poobah, right? But they smoked everybody else at the top of the ladder pretty much, from the military and the technical side. And you telling me you guys didn't have radar, and so they were able to fly 200 uh, bombers into your country, and nobody saw it, knew they were coming. And I think Iranians supposedly have jets. You didn't, and so while they were doing this, you didn't scramble any jets to fight them off. You didn't have any land-to-air missiles. You didn't. Somebody wasn't screaming into the mic, launch rockets at Israel, right? Launch this, launch that. Let's go, let's go. There was nobody doing any of that. Like, raise the defensive, right? Sort of like in the Avengers, right? In Wakanda, we're under attack, right? Black Panther told them, raise the defenses, right? Bring up all defenses and somebody get this man a shield, right? Somebody get this man a shield. So, you mean you weren't doing, you didn't realize you were under attack? And then their response was to shoot into the air. They shot 100 drones up into the air, into the middle of nowhere. Didn't hit anything. Just shot them in the air. Like, this is sort of like you whip out a gun and just start shooting in the air. What? What the fuck? So Iran is 100% weak sauce. And the best thing that they can do, like, the best thing they can do is just like, they're totally incompetent. Yeah, the Iranians are total incompetence. Like, I've heard people talk about them, and I even believed it, right? I was like, nah, Iran, nah. I saw, they did videos and different things of like showing these bases with um, missiles lined up, and they said, oh, we got hypersonic missiles, blah, we got 20,000. I don't think they got 20. They said we got 20,000 hypersonic missiles that can, do this, that, and the third. So wait a minute. While people are bombing your country with 200 jets, you didn't scramble, you didn't know they were coming, you didn't have any radar, you don't have a radar system, obviously. You didn't scramble any jets, you don't have an air force, right? You don't have any ground to air missile systems to shoot down their jets. And you didn't even launch an attack at the same time with some type of weapons that were capable of striking back. What are you doing? What are we doing here? What are we talking about? I'm just saying, what are we talking about here? So, I don't know, like, they say the world is a stage, but this just looks like it's a joke. It's like, man, we are doing this shit just to drive up gas prices and food prices just to make some extra money. Like, is this some type of prank or some type of hoax that, people are using just to make some extra money? Because these people are utter weak sauce at this point. Like, I don't see why anybody pays them any attention. And you should just capitulate. Like the Negro in America. You should just capitulate. You got no win. You got really nothing coming. You got no wins. Right? You really got no fight in you. Except for each other. Right? You know what I mean? Like Negroes in America, they'll sell each other out. They good at that. Fighting each other, black on black crime, and then they'll sell each other out. Right? They have an industry, like in America, you have an industry of sellouts, and it's the same thing like in the Middle East, Africa. Selling out is an industry. You know what I mean? Like ISIS and all that stuff. That's all controlled by Israel and the U.S. They all pay them off. I mean, the head of Syria now is like number 2 in ISIS. Was number 2 in ISIS in that area. And he's backed by like Europe, the U.S., and Israel. I mean, so it's a total shit show. It's a total, it's all fakery at this point. So you got to ask yourself, are the Iranians involved? Like, is this like a total theater? Is this whole thing theater and they're just like part of the theater or something? Like, what's going on? Because they're total weak sauce. I mean, so in my analysis, Iran's about to get crushed. After watching what I watched, they're about to get totally crushed. I doubt very seriously they will be able to. They won't. I won't worry about it. Like, I'm not. It's like, oh, you better prepare. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, you always keep an ace up your sleeve, but I'm not panicking. Like, I'm not doing a whole lot. Keep an ace up your sleeve, whatever. But like, am I worried about them closing the Strait of Hormuz? No. Am I worried about them actually doing any damage or killing anybody in Israel? No. Am I worried about them attacking U.S. bases? No. It's all propaganda. So the U.S. can sell weapons and fleece taxpayers for money. The Iranians ain't got it in them. Right? Nobody got it in them. Everybody cutting a deal. The Lebanese, the Syrians beat. There's nobody left to fight but God. Now that's the fight that you gotta wait for, watch out for. The real fight is coming, because the Iranian fight is done. Even the Russians, you know what I mean? Like only thing they got is some nukes, and they look like they might be scared to use those. So you know, well maybe they're being pragmatic, like they don't want to be the ones that destroy the world. I mean, they definitely got first strike capability, but and they probably will be the biggest problem because of that. Like maybe the Russians and the Chinese would be somewhat of a problem, but in the Middle East, there is no problem. Like you can go to sleep on that. Like they won't be closing the Strait of Hormuz. They they're gonna wipe them out before they even can do anything. They're gonna disable their military. It's gonna be it's gonna be a brutal decapitation. By the end, I think by the end of this week, my prediction, the Iranians will be finished in the next 7 days. If they continue to strike them, they'll be finished in like the next 7 days, and they won't be able to close the Strait of Hormuz. I mean, they'll be able to do what the Houthis are doing, maybe run guerrilla attacks on ships in the strait. So that might cause a problem, but if they shut down the Houthis and stop them, I don't see why they can't stop the Iranians from bombing stuff in the Strait of Hormuz. I mean, they are utter weak sauce. So I wouldn't panic. I wouldn't run to my bunker. I mean, even if I lived in Israel, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not running to no bunkers. Like the likelihood I'm gonna get, hit by any of this crap is like getting hit by lightning. So, it's like a lot of people trying to panic you or whatever. You can look at this situation. I've been watching this situation for like 15 years. And all I can say is the Iranians are a nothing burger. So, I wouldn't panic. I mean, like I said, always keep an ace up your sleeve. But I wouldn't panic. I wouldn't even be like, maybe I pick up an extra bottle of water or something. But I might do that anyway. You know what I mean? I might have an extra bottle of water. Okay, I was gonna do that anyway. Or I might have, pick up an extra can of tuna. I keep some extra tuna anyway. Right? Or maybe they're gonna jack gas price up for a while. So I'll fill up my tank. In a week it'll blow over. Right? By the time the tank of gas gone. Because the Iranians are gonna get decapitated in these next strikes. They're probably gonna kill the Ayatollah. And once they do that, then my take is the whole government will be overthrown by its people. Like you'll probably see like some type of color revolution. So, but yeah, I wouldn't let them panic me. Like I see people, oh my God, Tulsi Gabbard and these different people. Now Russia might be a problem as far as nuclear war and them launching some hypersonic nukes. If they decide to do it, I don't think they can do a decapitation strike on the Russians. So they'll be problematic with their nuclear arsenal. But in the Middle East, you can forget it. Like those Arabs are done. They're sold out, cucked out, or just blustering while they wait to be decapitated in strikes. And then after that, which is, it is what it is. I'm gonna just leave it there. I'm gonna just do cold analysis of it. I'm not gonna really get into it other than that and just say that's what it is. Iran's gonna be done soon. And then I think that's it. There's nothing left in the Middle East. right? Once they decapitate them over the next week, so you might see, a little rise in metal, in precious metals, rise in oil prices, and then I think after a week, it'll blow over. You may see things crash. You may see Bitcoin crash, cryptos, because I don't think they do well in a war environment. But I think inflationary environment they'll do well. So anyway, yeah, that's all I got. So like I said, the whole Iran is a nothing burger. So don't panic. So that's all I got for now.